Got these pre-ordered online, which is nice, but let's talk about that. Hi there, everyone, your Power here with another vlog. So earlier today, I remembered seeing a tweet from probably about a month ago or something saying that GameStop was reprinting the Pyro and Mithra amiibo and putting it up for pre-order. I already have a copy of Pyro and Mithra. Did I say Pyro and Mithra? Pyra and Mithra. But I did not end up getting a second copy of them when I did the initial pre-order. No, I'm pretty sure I did tell the clerk at the local GameStop about that, like how I wanted to order 2 copies, but whatever. I did so now, and I also placed a pre-order for a physical copy of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, or Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, even though I think I already pre-ordered the digital version, so I can play that right on midnight. But a physical copy is nice for collector's purposes for me. But the reason I did that is because today, after work, when I remembered that tweet, I decided to stop by GameStop and place my pre-order for both of those things over there. I showed up at the parking lot of where GameStop is. GameStop is not there anymore. The GameStop here closed. All you can see now are, it's like the markings where like the GameStop like letters were on the wall, and the storefront is completely emptied. So yeah, the local GameStop here closed, which is a shame. I'm not sure exactly when it closed because it has been a while since I've been to GameStop. I want to say last year, probably like November. I have no idea, but probably towards the end of last year was the last time I was inside that particular GameStop. And it just feels weird that GameStop has been there for a long time. It used to be EB Games, and then at some point they just became GameStop. I think that's been there since 2006. That sounds about right for me. So that GameStop has been there for almost 19 years, which is wild. And I have a lot of memories with that GameStop. So on the shelf, nearly every game that I pre-ordered is there. I mean, there have been some games that I have returned to GameStop, but Pokemon Pearl, that was the very first game I pre-ordered, and it's there on that shelf. Basically every like main Pokemon game that I have a physical copy of that I've gotten since then, I have pre-ordered through that GameStop, and yeah, it's weird. I mean, I have known some people that have worked at that GameStop, some people that I went to high school with or went to college with have worked at that GameStop. There was a Pokemon tournament at that GameStop once that me and Jamie participated in. There was the Alpha Sapphire. Technically, it was the midnight release for Smash Ultimate, but it was on the same day that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, so I was like the very first person to get Alpha Sapphire in that GameStop, so that was fun. And there's just a good number of fun memories that were had at that GameStop, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Apparently, a bunch of GameStops have been closing. I was talking to Rob and Jamie about this in our little group chat, and Rob like replied, like, yeah, a bunch of GameStops are closing. So that was actually news to me because I don't really keep up with like news regarding GameStop. So yeah, it's a shame that many GameStop stores are closing because for some places it's the only way you can get like a good number of used video games. I'm lucky that there is the local video game store, Video Game Remedy, where I live in. But otherwise, I would have to drive off the island for a GameStop. Granted, I think the closest one is probably not that far, 10 to 15 minutes at most, but still. That's actually probably about the same amount of time it would take to drive to the GameStop that closed here from where I live in particular. But yeah, it's gonna be weird just driving by there and not seeing that GameStop there. I'm very curious to see what's gonna be replacing it. The Bed Bath and Beyond that was right next to that GameStop is now, I think, a home goods store. But yeah, I mean, nowadays with things like digital gaming, I guess the need for buying new physical games isn't as prevalent as it was before, but still, it was a place where I would get new games. I think. Oh gosh, what am I gonna do when Pokemon Legends comes out? Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Because that's a game I would like a physical copy of. Hmm. I'll figure that out. But anyways, that's that's stuff to think about for me. uh, I'm just gonna be reminiscing a little bit more on some GameStop memories. Ooh, that's where I got the Wii version of Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a fun game. I mean, it's tied for my favorite game. I remember the day I got Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. I was a senior in high school, and that the night before, me and a bunch of friends like Matt, Jamie, phew, Leonardo, who was like in a couple of early vlogs. Um, we spent the night at a friend's house, and then the day Xenoblade Chronicles came out, we stopped by like another friend's house for some reason, just to like hang out or say hi or something. I don't remember. But then I had Matt drive us to GameStop. He's like, I really need to pick up this game because I pre-ordered it, and then I got it, and it came with like a little art book, which was fun. But yeah, I did not pre-order Pandora's Tower at that GameStop. I pre-ordered it at the one near my college, which was also like really close to Angela's apartment. But yeah, that's gosh, I'm gonna miss that GameStop. I'm uh, I'm really gonna miss it just because of the memories that are associated with that GameStop. But I guess that's just a thing that's happening now. Not sure how many GameStops are left. Um, I think I remember reading earlier after I found out that this GameStop closed. Like last month, they closed like a third of their locations or something. I might be wrong on that, but that's wild to think about. Anyways, I'm just gonna end it off here. So thank you all so much for watching, and I guess now most of my pre-orders for things in GameStop are either have to gonna be off island or online. That's it. Later.